Hello everybody, Simulation Alley 007 here and welcome back to my channel. And today we are doing another episode of Train Sim World Locos, How Strong Are They? In last episode I did actually forget to do the class 40 and 45, so we're going to be doing it in this episode first and then doing it again when it's their turn later on in the video. But with that being said, sit back, relax. Even this video makes me wonder how strong they actually are. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so the class 40 is up first. Here we are, about to pull away, and it does it again, pretty much straight away. Some of the power of these British diesels are actually immense. It amazes me. I don't know how far this is going to go, so we'll have to see. But yeah, I do apologise for not doing it last episode. I totally forgot to do these. I've done it a little bit differently to last episode as it got a little bit laggy and it took way too long to record episodes, so I'm doing it this way. But we're now going to time lapse it to see how long it takes to get around the track. Yeah, not bad. Almost 60 kilometers an hour, which is pretty good. I had no doubts, to be fair, about the class 40. Absolutely immense power of the class 40. I believe it was a type 4 when they first built it. It was because type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, and I believe there was a type 5, which the Deltics came under. But that's another story. Yeah, no doubt about it. Nearly 60 kilometers, happy with that. On to the next round. So the next loco that we're going to be doing is the class 45. Okay, here we are, British Rail class 45, connected up with, I believe it was 24 wagons, fully loaded. Here we are. I thought it was struggling at the start, I'm not going to lie. If you haven't gathered already, I am adding my voice onto the recording afterwards. Some videos will be like this, some will be actually recording on the actual recording. But yeah, never mind. It does pick up speed, which is good, because I was getting a little bit worried. But yes, once it gets up to a little bit of higher speed, we will time lapse. Okay, so let's time lapse it and see how fast it goes around the track. Yeah, very good result at the end of that. 66 kilometers an hour. Very happy with that. So what we're going to be doing now is, I believe I added another 2 wagons because I added 3 and it got really weird in the previous testing of it, because I did try to record it before and the brakes weren't releasing, so I had to redo the recording. But next up we're going to go back to the class 20 chopper, and we're going to this time add another 2 wagons onto it, and yes, let's get straight into it. Okay, so the class 20 chopper with 20, there we go, 27 altogether, take 2, 25 wagons altogether. So that is how many wagons we're going to be doing for the whole set. So class 20, class 31, class 33, 37, 40, 45, 47, 52, and class 66. So here we are pulling away, obviously getting very heavy now. So they are started to really struggle right at the start, that I would if I was pulling 2,000 odd tons. We're going to pretty much time lapse the whole of this because I don't want the video to be too long. Yeah, not too bad. Obviously it started to get slower speeds now. Still up to 56 kilometers an hour, which is still pretty decent for that amount of weight. So the next up we're going to do is class 31 on the same weight. Okay, class 31 all connected up, brakes released, let's go for it. We're going to do exactly the same what we've done for the class 20, and we're pretty much going to do it for most of them, as in time lapse all of it. Pretty decent. Well, I say pretty decent. Class 31 does actually struggle here, so we're going to time lapse it now. Yeah, not too bad. 50 kilometers an hour, pretty good. So this is through to the next round. Next up is the class 33. Okay, class 33, brakes released, power on, let's go. Yeah, pretty good result, 52 kilometers an hour. The class 33 is through to the next round. The next up is the class 40. No, it's not, class 37. Okay, the class 37, or the tractor, probably one of my most favourite locomotives in the game for the British market. I had absolutely no doubt that this would pull it. It's just so reliable, that's why you see them all in freight even nowadays. If the Deltics were in the game, they would be exactly the same. Obviously Deltics aren't used now as much as they used to. I know GB Rail Freight did hire one out in early 2000s, but we'll skip over that. I had, like I said, no doubt about the class 37 hauling this, so we're going to get straight into it and do the time lapse. I'm not gonna lie, I did actually mess up the recording on that. I thought I was recording after the screenshot I took. I don't know why I stopped the recording for that, but never mind. Like I said, absolutely no doubt about the class 37. The next up is the class 40. See if we can haul another 2 wagons. Okay, the class 40, British Rail class 40, all connected up. Let's go for it. I didn't really have much doubt about the class 40. It is pulling away, which is decent. And it does pick up a decent amount of speed pretty quickly. So we're going to get straight into it and do the time lapse. Yeah, another really good run there from the class 40. Total of 57 kilometers an hour. Yeah, pretty good. Our aim for all the locomotives is to try to get above 40 kilometers an hour, or even if we can pull it. If we can pull it, to be fair, in the next round. Okay, so the next up is the class 45. Okay, here we go, class 45. I did stop a little bit. Oh no, I wasn't. I know one of these videos I do stop a little bit short, but this is the one that I got really worried about because it just wasn't pulling it. I'm thinking, oh, class 45 isn't through to the next round, but it surprises me. It gets going, and I'm just amazed at how strong these locomotives actually are. Obviously, in game we don't really use all their potential, but doing this, it just shows how strong they actually are, and it just shows how much weight can actually affect the locomotives, which is really good. Which is a good thing that Dovetail has actually added into the locomotives, about the weight and how it affects going uphill and downhill, which I think they've simulated that pretty well. And that's a compliment coming from me, and I'm a harsh critic when it comes to Dovetail, as I've got hundreds of well, if you're talking about Train Sim World, Trainspot 2, Trainspot 3, 4 and 5 altogether, you're talking nearly 2,000 hours. So I think I'm entitled to an opinion. But with that being said, let's get into the time lapse, shall we? Yeah, another really good run there from the class 45. Obviously got a little bit worried at the start, but when it got going, yeah, pretty good. 64 kilometers there. So the next locomotive is the class 45, and then it'll be the 52, and finally the class 66 for this episode. Okay, the class 47. Another one of my favourite locomotives in the game. Another one that I got a little bit worried about right at the start, where it just wasn't able to get motion, but once I upped the power, it was jobs are good, and we're away, which I wasn't too worried about then, but at the start a little bit worried, but it got there. So I'm just gonna hop to it, and yes, I got a named one. If you're wondering where I'm getting these named ones from, Just Trains obviously do the West Coast main line, Preston to Carlisle route where this loco is from, and they do the Preston to Blackpool and Ormskirk where other locomotives like this are from. But let's get into the time lapse, shall we? So another good run. That was the class 47. 64 kilometers an hour. Again, very good. So the next locomotive for this video is going to be the class 52. I decided to do it in a different color, the 52 blue Western, instead of the maroon that's on the West Somerset Railway, just to change it up a little bit. So yeah, let's get to the class 52, shall we? Okay, here we go, all connected up, brakes are released. So I did check because it did look like there was only 2 wheels, but anyway, here we are. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised how quick that picked up speed. I know the class 52, well, I believe the class 52 has 2 engines, because the class 52 is diesel hydraulic. I believe it's the only hydraulic in the game for the British market. But yeah, I'm pretty amazed how well it picked up speed straight away. So I am actually going to do a time lapse straight away, I think. Why am I not surprised? Another good run. 64 kilometers an hour with the class 52. So next up, and the final part of this video, is going to be the class 66. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not worried about this at all. The class 66 has so much power. American made. I want to say General Electrics, but I could be wrong, who made the class 66 and the 70 and the, well, 59, 66 and 70. I don't know if they made any more for the British market, but anyway, so yeah, here we are, class 66 001. I am really surprised. I've never actually, I know it's only a number, but 66001, I had to take a screenshot of this. We're all connected and let's go. I'm not surprised at all. It's just taking it on its stride, I think. So we're just going to head off and do a time lapse. There we are. Well, I'm not surprised. It's a class 66. It's nicknamed the Shed. There's they're all over the country and in different countries around Europe. I'm not surprised at all. It got up to 71 kilometers an hour, 2,000 odd tons. I believe I've seen a 3,000-ton train. So with that, that's only with one Class 66. So I'm really not surprised at all. That's why they're the backbone of the freight in the UK since the early 90s, I want to say. The early 90s up till present day. So, yes, there we have it. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Train Sim World Locos. How strong are they? All of them are through to the next round. How long are these rounds going to be? I have absolutely no idea because I don't actually know the full potential of these locomotives. But with that being said, I hope you are enjoying these videos. If you are, give it a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as it helps my channel grow and it lets me know that you guys and girls like this type of content, and I will 100% carry on making these types of videos. But that is it from me for today. What is planned for the next video, I don't actually know. It will be up on Premiere anyway. But yes, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.